Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to this NXT review and opinions video. I just really want to get to your thoughts. I thought this show was forgettable, skippable, one of the weakest episodes of the year. It was built around Stephanie trying to defend her championship, but this was really rushed. It only got made last week and then we did it this week. And for me, it doesn't really have the impact. Like, she's managed to successfully defend her belts in 2 different matches. That's a big achievement. But it's kind of come together so quickly, and because of like the outside interference as well, it just doesn't really feel that special. You know, it just doesn't really feel like I've witnessed something really historic, which is what they're trying to present it as. So to me, I don't know if it's because it's rushed. I don't know if it's because the matches didn't quite get to the level I was hoping they would get to. I don't know. It's hard to. It might be all of the above, to be honest. I think the match scores you gave were fair, although I don't agree with the main event being like a great 60. I didn't feel it was that level at all. Stephanie against Jaida, good 99. Hank and Tank against Tyson and Tyriek, good 95. Javon against Lexis, good 96. Gigi and Tatum against the Meta Girls, good 98. Ethan against Andre Chase, good 98. And Stephanie against Fallon, great 60. Those were the community scores. I'm on board with them up until the main event. Main event I wasn't that high for. There was definitely things on the show I did enjoy, and none of the matches were a disaster. But I don't feel like if the Stephanie moment didn't land for you, I don't think there's much here you needed to watch. I really enjoyed Ricky Saint's sit-down interview. That was a real highlight for me. I love the presentation of that. Some really nice lines in there. Him going back and forth with Sean Spears. I really enjoyed the Dark State kind of mystery of is Trick kind of connected with them. People looking at Trick getting into the ring after they had arrived, and Trick being asked about that, and he's like, that ain't none of my business. And it's like, now you've got people going, ooh, is he with them? Like, I'm kind of enjoying that mystery. Is he with them? Is that going to be revealed as, like, we don't even know that there is a mystery leader, right? So we don't even know that there is going to be a connection. But I feel like even NXT are teasing that. And as well as that, Stax and Tony, there's drama there. Are we good? Is everything good? Seems like there's something going on with Stax and Tony, so I'm enjoying that as well. And, you know, as I said, matches were okay, but overall, I've got to say this is like a 5.5, well below where we've been. This was the best show of the year, and I think overall it still is, like, the best brand, but this week's offering was well below where we've been. So those are my feelings on it. Hank and Tank against Tyson and Tyriek is like a WWE Evolve match in my mind. Javon against Lexis, not Javon's best outing, but he still did, you know, some of the stuff that he's known for. I think we just all knew Oba was going to get involved in that, and he did. Gigi and Tatum against the Meta Girls was okay. I just found Tatum and Gigi are a very interesting team, and I just think it's going to take them a little while to kind of find their fluidity. There was a few moments in there, but yeah, I think they look to me like a team that are still working a few things out. So I'd like to see them in a month or two. But I like them. I like the pairing. Big win for them as well was goods. Ethan against Andre Chase. Andre Chase just annoys me. I liked Chase U, but I mean, what's the creative been since that ended? And it ended quite a while ago now. What's the creative been? It's just been for him to look lost. How long can he be lost for? How long can he be broken and be down on his luck? Why is no one in NXT going, either find yourself or perhaps this isn't the place for you? Like, why are they just allowing such a disheveled person to be around on their TV show for so long? So I don't know what's going on there. We really do need to get some development with that, because that just seems like it's just taken way too long. So yeah, and then as we said, I don't think they allowed the Stephanie thing to breathe enough, and it's a bigger achievement than I think was kind of presented. So the whole thing just feels a bit throwaway, forgettable to me. Probably around a 5.5, and that's it, really, you know. I could go into more, but there's no need. I'm going to let you lot do it. We actually had over 30 responses, which is quite a lot for our NXT review and opinion. So this is why I really want to get to the comments. So, Asib said, I feel the lack of TNA talent has hindered the last few shows. MSG show, NXT has struggled to put stories together with the talent they have because there were none before the TNA stars arrived. So we're now back to two bang average shows in a row. Chris said it was awesome. Real John said it was nothing special, really, but there was a couple of things that I enjoyed, and that was about it. Taker 1990 said NXT was great. Stephanie, in my opinion, saved NXT. She did outstanding for doing 2 title matches on one night. TJF said, I give the show a 5.5, but Stephanie gets a 10 out of 10. Congrats to Braun Strowman. Don't know what that's about. Brendan, shout out to you. Carl said, 2 Stephanie matches and wins. Tatum finally back. Best was all right. WTF are we doing with the Meta Girls? They were on a fire run, and now they disappeared, only to lose twice now. Has Rox been called up? If so, why is she not on? If yes, why is the Bayley feud disappeared? I think she has been called up, but I don't know why the Bayley feud disappeared. I'm wondering if Roxanne's going to get involved in a potential women's IC title match. I wonder if Bayley will be fighting Lyra and Roxanne gets involved in that, and I wonder if they're just waiting for that. So we'll have to see. Raymond said, hello, Daze. I thought NXT was incredible and the best NXT show I've ever seen before. The matches were excellent. The show delivered. I would give it 10 out of 10. Raymond, shout out to you, my friends. Mitchell said, Stephanie matches were fun. I'm into Trick Dark State storyline. Want to see more from Ricky and the Don father. Yeah, those were the highlights for me. Not the strongest show. I'm at a 6.25. I think NXT has frequented the A Club so much. They've brought all the girls home and they need a refresh. Dean said NXT was okay. I think Trick is the secret leader of Dark State because they never attack when he is in the ring. Love that Stephanie has 2 belts and retain them both. Love the stream. See you tomorrow for Evolve. See you tomorrow, buds. Chris said, hi, Daze. Hi, Chris. I thought the show was going to be better than it was. Still wasn't bad, but I'm probably like a 6.5. I think I might have figured out who could be revealed as the leader of Dark State. Your boy, Trick Willie. Probably wishful thinking on my behalf. Could be possibility, though. It could be a possibility. I still don't know that we're going to get a leader. I keep saying this because there's a lot of talk around who's the leader, but there is no leader vacancy potentially. Like Shakuan Sugars may be the leader. We've already got 4 in the group. A leader would make it 5. We could go to those levels, but yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I do feel like NXT are teasing that by asking Trick about it, and people saying that they never attack him and they never get in the ring when Trick's in the ring. So, you know, there's a few kind of thoughts that are out there about that, but I also wonder if it might be Stax, if, again, there even is a leader, because Stax and Tony are going through a bit of drama. And what if Stax has put together some young, promising talent and he's now going to go off and become a Don himself? Only he is going to be with Dark State. I don't know that I see him fitting in with Dark State. I don't know that he kind of fits their vibe. Trick fits their vibe much better. So I've still got Trick probably as the front runner, but I wouldn't mind a little swerve. But we don't even know if there is a leader. Ripper99 said, always a solid show. Wrestling fan since day one said, I'm going to go 6.25. I agree. There was a bit of lack of story tonight. I think the streak's going to turn on Tony. Oh, Stax is going to turn on Tony. Did you see the video of Raquel scaring Punk? Did you see the video of Punk getting mad at a lady for touching him? I saw the video of Punk getting mad. I don't think I saw a video of Raquel scaring Punk, though. I don't think I saw that one. But there's a lot of stuff coming out of that dark match, isn't there? And a lot of stuff coming out of after Raw ended in Glasgow. Muggsy said, it's what I expect from NXT recently, a solid show for the 2 hours. The matches are always better than the SmackDown recent stuff, better than last night's Raw. I hope that Trick stays face and the new attitude, and I just have him always being more locked in. So 7.25, says Muggsy. Brady said, I'm so glad that Tatum is finally back on NXT TV and won. Where the heck has Roxanne Perez gone? Destin said, so good, didn't even remember the first thing on the show. Nail said, we saw Ethan, so you know to me it's 10 out of 10. I'm excited that they're setting up Ego versus Ricky, and they are as well. Does feel like that's going to be the stand and deliver match, and that'll be a big thing. Howdy said, yep, they are setting up Trick and Javon feud. Yeah. Ryder gives it a 6.75, said, I thought the open and the closes were good. Everything in the middle was a bit of a mixed bag with a lot of filler in between. I did like the Ricky interview and the family angle. Javon Lexis in the middle of the show. Callum said, very enjoyable, kept me entertained, matches were okay. Trick and Dark State story has me invested. Stephanie defending 2 belts, maybe becoming too much to handle, maybe going to need to relinquish one. My rating is a 7.75. Spiller said, hello Daze, hello buds. Said, it was a good show. I'm probably going to go 7.5. I'm looking forward to Stand and Deliver as well as NXT Battleground in Tampa. I just got my tickets. Oh, have a good time, dude. So jealous. I would love to go to, like, I wished I lived in Florida and I would just go to, like, NXT house shows just to have a bit of fun. I would go to probably Battlegrounds, although I do like streaming them. But, yeah, I hope you have a great time, dude. I just got tickets last night. This is going to be my first NXT PLE. And my first PLE since Royal Rumble in Orlando when AJ Styles debuted. 2016. Kelly the Wise Lady said, Daze, I've not watched it yet, but I'm probably too late for this video when I do. So I just want to let you know, so you don't think that I've ghosted you again. I will see you tomorrow for the championship stream, where a pinch of salt will emerge victorious once again. That is our community championship thing. The Wrestling God said, I'm going to score it 7.5. Matthew said, NXT was all right and interesting and whatever. Whenever Dark State, yeah. Trick shows up next. He is the leader of that group. And what Fraxium is planning for Stand and Deliver is huge. I wonder if it'll be Motor City. Motor City were backstage, weren't they? And I think that could be a really fun match, but probably doesn't do much for NXT and their tag division when they've got so many tag teams. We've done Fraxium against the Hardys, and if we did Fraxium against Motor City, it's probably not a great sign that the NXT tag division is quite where we would want it to be. Ring Rebel said NXT was okay tonight. Seeing Shawn Spears and Stephanie retain both the NXT Women's and North American Championships were the highlights of the night. So overall, 4.5. Oof. That was quite low for an okay. When you said it was okay, I thought you might be with me at like a 5.5, like 5.7, 5.6, 4.5. Wow. Cowboys, aka CTE Man, said it was a decent episode. The Andre Chase Ethan Page match was good. Stephanie Jaida match was bad. It wasn't Stephanie's fault. Ricky Saint's segment was interesting. The D'Angelo segment was cinema. Stephanie Fallon match was good. Overall, 7.5 to 8. Parker, Tiffy Time, said NXT has the best show right now. Phoenix said the women's division is unreal. Jennifer said it was a good show. Stephanie main roster needs her. Vic said, I'm going to go 6.5. Stephanie matches were great. She deserves to be champion. I really think Tony can't trust Stacks anymore. If he turns and wants to take over, he could make Luca and Riz choose sides. Dark State need a match already. I like them, but they should be doing more now, in my opinion. I'd like to see some progression there as well, yes. Las Vegas Matt said 8 for the matches and quality. I feel like there is some storytelling or storyline confusion this week. Normally NXT follows long drawn out storylines. This week it felt a bit thrown together. Jaida Parker coming off a loss after loss gets a title shot, and Javon wrestling Lexis King. I don't know. Master Taker said it was pretty good, 7.5. John Elite said Stephanie and Jordan would be a good match. I don't think Ricky's winning next week. I'd be surprised if he does. Cool to see Motor City on NXT tonight. Glad that Tatum and Gigi were on the show tonight. And I wonder what the Ava segment backstage after the main event leads to. Well, that's a good point because she was pulling her hair out, wasn't she? Like NXT, women's division all wanting to get at Stephanie. So I wonder if there will be some sort of battle royal or a gauntlet match or some way of narrowing down this big field. We haven't got enough time really for a tournament, for a number one contender tournament, but we could maybe do something like a battle royal. Battle royal to crown a number one contender would be pretty bonkers though, but you know, with time ticking away, we probably don't have too many options on the table. So, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But there we go. That was NXT. Seems like our community was a little bit of a mixed bag on this one. Some people with quite low scores. Some people with actually quite high scores. So, it seems like people were enjoying it to very different extents. But let's see kind of where we go next week. Obviously, Stand and Deliver's not going to be too far away, and I'm sure that's going to be an absolutely incredible show because that's like their WrestleMania show, isn't it? So that takes place on WrestleMania weekend. We need to start getting that card together, actually, and finding a way forward there. So there we go. That was NXT. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate the support as always, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.